Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. It's CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's September 3rd, 2020. And we told you something was going to happen in 2020. Not the year so much, but we all knew something was going to happen. Why, you think they're going to let millions of us run around and talk about flat Earth? I don't think so. Because we might wake some people up. We might actually get them thinking again, deprogramming them. Like we were programmed from the beginning. All the way from the beginning. Starting all the way back to the first day of school with that big blue marble sitting there in front of you in that book. Or the globe on the desk. That's the ball. That's holding quadrillions, millions of tons of water. But yet all of a sudden a little delicate butterfly can take off and lay their eggs on the branch of a nice dill plant that they like doing in my vegetable garden. Anyway. Hey, so how you doing? You doing good? How was your summer? I bet you had a grand old summer. I'll tell you, I did. I had a great fucking summer. And I'll tell you, I had dreams this summer about going on vacation for a week and perhaps visiting a local beach. You know, maybe going to Montauk for the week or some other tropical island, maybe even to Aruba. No, those were canceled. Done. Did you even have a week vacation off? And I'm not talking about the non-essential workers who have been sitting there in front of their fucking TVs watching fucking MSNBC and CNN and getting more and more brainwashed. You've been brainwashed all of your life to think that this gravity actually exists when not a single scientist can fucking prove it. But yet they can give you millions and billions of computations of complete fucking nonsense, garbage, bullshit. Nobody uses their senses. Nobody wakes up in the morning and actually says, you know, let me go outside and take a look at the world at a different perspective, you know, at a perspective of being flat, motionless, covered with a dome where pressure is held inside. Because that's where your gravity is coming from. It's just remarkable how well everything has worked and how trained everybody is, you know. And when I do videos like I did of that guy, younger gentleman in his 20s, you know, of course, asleep, just as I was in my 20s. You know, caring about cars, caring about women, caring about bullshit that's all materialistic nonsense. Okay? If somebody was to come up to me then and tell me that the earth was flat, I would say, what? You're out of your fucking mind. At that point, we didn't have internet. Yeah, that internet, that's right. That's how you're watching me. Yeah, that stuff wasn't around all the time. You know, we grew up with books. You know, we grew up with teachers in classrooms teaching us shit. Even though it was complete nonsense and bullshit, but still, you know, you had to learn it. You had to go through the system. You had to absorb all the bullshit so you can get through this life with minimal amount of knowledge, no knowledge of physics or astrophysics or anything like that, unless if you go into the field, and most of us don't have any money to do that. So most of us are just walking around with a 4-year degree of bullshit. A degree of bullshit, basically, is all it is. You got a 4-year degree. Congratulations. You got $120,000 worth of debt, which I'm still paying off. Well, I went to school late, but still, you got $120,000 worth of debt, and you'll be paying that off for 50 years. It'll be as long as your house mortgage. It's so fucking remarkable is the best word to say. You know, and you know what really gets me here in Westchester, and which I find quite humorous. You know, and this is going out to the baby boomer generation, okay? That are wearing the shield. What the fuck? You're first off outside, okay, and you're wearing a shield, no face mask, okay, because the face masks don't do anything anyway to begin with. But the shield does nothing. I mean, you might as well put a hanky on your nose because it's gonna do nothing. Are you getting ready to paint somebody's nails or something like that? I mean, it does nothing for you. But the shield of hope makes people feel that they have hope, that they're not going to get anything, even though there's no covering here on the bottom. And the whole thing is that it's airborne, and that's why they closed all the beaches. The beaches are the safest place to fucking be. The safest possible place you could be is a beach. Open air, humidity, heat, the sun beating down. But let's close those. Okay? Let's take, for example, other places. A park, another safe place to be during COVID activity bullshit. Another great place to be. Wind, open air, everything is nice. Unless if you're sitting there French kissing somebody, you're not going to catch shit. Man, you know, it's New York, New York, New York. Anyway, so I'm looking at New York City, NYC. Okay, and I'm wondering what the plan is down there, because there are a lot of people. I love the stats. Don't you love the stats? The stats, I love it when they throw out stats, because that's when you have numbers to understand how much bullshit they're feeding the public with. 33% of American, or well, I don't know if they're American or not. Chances are they're probably not. Are moving out of this. Oh, what was it? No, the number was like 64% are moving out. But only 33% represents the amount that are moving in. I love stats. When you get the stats, that's when you get the real truth. 33, 23, just pick these numbers. You know all these numbers. They're all written for you. I didn't know them in there. I didn't know CC stood for 33. I had no idea. And that's why I kept it, because I found it quite humorous that I was that asleep until I did my investigation. I did my research, and I understand everything when it comes down to bullshit. Because we are being fed bullshit by every media, and I can't believe how corrupt the media has gotten. How corrupt and how much shit they have gotten away with. That they are all trained. That they are all told what to say. Even through 9/11, every single one of them were given a script down to the point. And that's why I bring up Building 7. I didn't know this when 9/11 happened. I wasn't a flat earther back then. You know, I didn't understand flat earth. And frankly, I didn't really care, because nobody ever brought it up. It was never brought up to me. It was brought up to all of us on social media, you know. I would love to see my reaction with somebody actually coming up to me and saying flat earth. I've yet to hear it, you know. Although today, I saw some guy, I was in the middle of work and I had a patient in the car, so that's not happening. But anyway, so this guy was sitting, I'm not going to disclose the town, but in a very, let's just say, democratic town, okay? Flags all over the place, you know? And he's sitting there in his car, and he's literally across the street from the courthouse of that particular town. He had his SUV, all of his windows were rolled down. On top, he had two posters saying, CNN, it had a catchy thing, and I'll never be able to remember it. But CNN is making you, is confusing you between male and female. You don't even know what male is or female is anymore. And you know what? I wanted to go up to him so bad. Unfortunately, my route didn't go through again where he was going. Anyway, look, my point is, there he was. He was out there trying to spread the truth. But he doesn't understand everything. You know, that's just the beginning. Okay, that is just the beginning of everything for you. Once you figure out that, once you figure out Hollywood is a complete disaster, the biggest liars of them all. I mean, that's all that they're there to do. They're paid to make you believe complete nonsense, to make you believe that all of this shit is true that you learned with this satanic thing, and that gives you their rituals that they do. That's why every single person in Hollywood is satanic. They're all of them, every single one of them. I don't care who you pick out of a hat, they are. They're all part of this cult. And when I mean cult, I mean psychotic cult. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't even know where the hell I was going with this. I don't know how I get into this shit, and then I completely lose my concentration, and which I did. I don't remember what I was talking about. I was just rambling on about shit, and that's how it is. You know, when you get into flat Earth, I mean, you can't stop. You know, I mean, you really can't stop. You know, there's just so many fucking things that they have made you so stupid that you can't even figure out that gravity isn't real. A little sidebar. The plausible possibility of beyond flat Earth. And you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about creatures. Squirrels. Mammals, you know. They could never suspect anything was fake. They couldn't ever process that there could be a possibility that we are living in the Matrix, which the movie, I know I hate referring to that because I absolutely hate one of the freaking stars of that movie. That's why I never watched it. You know what I mean? I just hate this guy so much with a passion. Anyway. They don't have any idea about that possibility of beyond flat Earth. Okay? They don't have any. They have none. And considering they're programmed animals, or mammals, shall we call them, and you can just see how they move, you know, how a squirrel moves. It's like programming. How a bird moves, how a bird eats, you know, or how a bird reacts, you know, or I mean, just anything. All the animals, they don't let you get within, unless if you train them and you domesticate them, within like a 5-foot radius of it. Go ahead, try to go walk up to a squirrel. You can't get more than 5 feet. It's like, it's no more than 5 feet, you know? If you want to go into satanic numbers, maybe it could be a 6-foot radius. I don't know. But anytime you try to get close, and there's a little bunny that's up by my office, and he comes out of the woods. You know, sometimes he'll just sit there and stare at me when I park my car, because where I park my car, there's a little patch of grass right there, and the woods are in the back. And he just kind of sits there and stares at me, you know, and I try to walk toward to him. And 6 feet, no more than 6 feet. It's programmed. Remember that word, programming. So they don't have any clue about what's going on. They're just there. They're thinking, they're reacting in a programmed way. Could that be what we're doing? That we are programmed, no matter what. Our governor came on today and finally said, you know, maybe we should reopen the restaurants. But how? How do we do it? Are you fucking kidding me? You are going to come back and say, how? There was no master plan at all. He could care fucking less if you're out of business. No master plan. We're shutting everything down, including the beaches. We're doing all of that, and we have no plan to go back. Don't you see the fucking lies in all of this shit? The numbers aren't there. There are no body bags. There's nobody quivering on the side of the street. There's nothing. You've seen nothing. All these people have pre-existing problems inside of themselves. And they don't tell you that. What about that kid that died? Oh, that's right. They forgot to tell you that that kid was on chemo. Oh, really? That's amazing. Holy shit. Well, the media didn't tell us that. Just said a young child died. When, at the beginning, they said there was no problem. There was nothing. Children are safe. Anybody under the age of 50 are safe. But if you're elderly, you've got a big problem. And they do. Because if an elderly person gets the flu, you've got a major problem. It then could turn into pneumonia. And that will cause death. But once again, people don't even see that. You know, I thought Flat Earth was the biggest lie in the entire world, you know, and now here's another one. And how are they are they ever gonna come back? You know, I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people that are out there, that are sitting there in their car wearing face masks. I am talking to the people that are walking around on a sidewalk with a shield on over their face, which does dick. I am talking to them. Are you ever going to come back? Come on back. It doesn't matter if you're a flat earther. Just come back to normalcy. That's all I want. I don't think they're ever going to come back. I think they're lost. I can't believe they might be lost the rest of their lives. That's what really concerns me. They're going to be lost the rest of their lives, it seems like, until somebody of an authoritative figure comes up to them and says to them, look, children, pat them on the head too. You know, that might give you more of a figure. Just pat them on the head. Children, you don't have to wear face masks anymore. Everything is fine. You're okay. No one's ever going to do that. So I think we've lost them for the rest of their lives, pretty much. There's no way. I don't think they'll ever come back. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he's got the pickup truck. Hey, Biff. How you doing, Biff? Come on, sit down in the back. Let's talk flat earth. How about that? No, he couldn't understand that. Oh, no. No, he couldn't. Somebody like that could never understand flat earth. Just like some of the people that are leaving comments below me. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and let me be a part of your life.